I definitely don't fancy myself to be a conspiracy theorist at all, to be honest. I'm very much very skeptical most of the time, pretty much always. But I think it's about time that, I was kind of looking at the evidence here. And it definitely seems like the NFL has rigged it in favor of the Patriots, using the refs as their aid. Now I'm going to be breaking down all the things that happened in the game between the Patriots, the New England Patriots, and the Jacksonville Jaguars that would prove that they were cheating. And we're gonna go through the list literally. Okay, so first of all, just the numbers, right? So we had one penalty for the Patriots for 10 yards, and the Jaguars had 6 penalties for 98 yards. So, you think, oh, whatever, what is that? It's a big deal. People get penalties, whatever, right? I mean, people get penalized differently all the time. But this difference of 1 for 10 and 6 for 98 is not normal. In fact, the last time that there was a 1 penalty for 10 yards, I believe it was a special teams penalty. I'm not sure what it was. Probably block in the back, I bet. But the last time that this happened in the playoffs was in 2011. And this just rarely ever happens. It's almost impossible. 1 penalty for 10 yards? Come on, you're talking not even 1 holding, not 1 PI, not an offsides, not even a false start. None of those? Nothing? None of that? Nothing. Nothing happened whatsoever. There's no horse collar. There's no penalties except for one special teams penalty. That is such bullshit. And here's what we're going to go through. This is just, again, those numbers are just freaking crazy. But first of all, let's look at the play for, probably the most impactful play that really brought the Patriots back into it, and it's very obvious that this is bullshit, was the A.J. Boye pass interference call. And, I'm a Saints fan, so I was watching the Saints-Vikings game, of course. Still something too depressing to talk about. But, there was a play in which I can't remember who the defender was, but I believe he was defending. I can't remember who it was. But he was defending, one of the receivers. I can't remember his name. I'm blanking right now, completely blanking. Which is Stephon Diggs, I believe it was. I believe it was Stephon Diggs. Basically, he was covering him, and then basically he slips, and then there's a penalty. There's a pass interference penalty, which brings the ball to that spot, which is such bullshit. And you review it, and really what happened was the dude just tripped on his own. So it's like, okay, like, you potentially just ruined the game on one play call because that could be the difference maker. So I'm someone who advocates for a max of a 15-yard penalty. But anyway, so, towards the end of the half, it's 14-3 right now. And what you're going to be seeing here is the video of the play. Check it out.
Dwayne Allen has come in at tight end as Brady goes deep. And it was a little shove, yes, Boye on Cooks.
Pass interference, defense, number 21.
So as you can see, this is BS on multiple grounds because Brandon Cooks goes out of bounds. He's out of bounds, so there's no way you can catch a ball. You're ineligible out of bounds. How could you have a pass interference out of bounds? He didn't force him out of bounds. He ran out of bounds. And then also, the pass is way out. That's uncatchable. The pass is uncatchable, so you literally can't call PI because there's no catch. There's no catchable ball thrown there. And then also, there's not even like a shove. Like, putting hands like that, everybody does that. Everybody does that. So, worst case scenario, you call a holding for 10, 15 yards, but instead, you bring it all the way up to what? It was like the 15 or the 10 or something, basically making it damn near a shoo-in. With that kind of momentum, it's usually the vast majority of times that's going to go in for a touchdown. So, effectively, what you just did was 14-3 lead for the Jaguars. They're about to go into the second half getting the ball back. I don't remember the clock at that time, but they might have even been able to get a field goal if they were lucky. But before the end of the half. But anyways, 14-3, that's a really solid lead, right? It's very different from 14-10. I think we both can agree on that. But 14-3 going into the half, getting the ball back and scoring, you'd be up 20-3. 20-3. You have any idea how much of a difference that is? That is so much different. 20-3 than 20-10 is huge difference. So they basically that's basically giving them a free touchdown. If you disagree with that, you're just a Patriots stan, and I know there's going to be a lot of those people. But we're going to be looking at another play here. You're going to be checking out this video of basically Miles Jack receives the fumble from Dion Lewis. Check it out.
In front, a whole brigade, but Miles Jack falls on it, comes up with the football. He's got the football in his hands. Oh, I think he got it, Jim.
Why did the refs whistle the play dead? Why did they whistle the play dead? It was a fumble. You don't just whistle the play dead. He's not down by contact. No one hit him. He received the fumble. He's not down by contact. What the fuck? And so they called the play dead so that they would prevent him, because, again, when the offense is on the field, the only people that can really catch up are wide receivers or tight ends if they're fast, because, of course, people like, linemen are not fast. They can't run up to there. And so there was basically nobody there to get them, because obviously wide receivers are down the field. But that was just utterly ridiculous and just a completely BS play that basically cost them 6 points right there. Instead of being that, it could have been 6 points. And remember, it's 20-10 at that point. That could have been 6 points easily, or even 3. So we're going to be looking at another play here. And this one, I've seen a photo here. Look at this. Just look at this photo. Just look at this photo. The two simultaneous penalties, and they didn't get called. It's both a hold and a face mask. 2 fucking penalties on a single play, and they didn't call that shit. But they're nice enough to throw penalties that give the Patriots a shoe-in touchdown on a bullshit pass interference that's not pass interference for multiple different reasons. Not just one, but multiple different reasons. And also, they're blowing plays dead before they're actually even dead. So, this is just ridiculous. And I know a lot of people showed the videos of the refs, but I think that what they were really just trying to do in that case, the refs were just trying to be like, I know you're happy, just, don't do it. But it's just, at what point, and again, I'm not much of a conspiracy theorist, so it takes a lot for me to be like, damn, like, wow, like, that's crazy. But, this is just really crazy. The evidence is it's surmounting, it's huge. There's no way you can deny it. And why would they rig it? It's because when the Patriots make it, they're going to get more ratings than the Jaguars in the Super Bowl. They were like, holy shit, we could have a Jaguars-Eagles or Jaguars-Vikings Super Bowl, and what's going to happen in that Super Bowl? The ratings are going to tank. They're going to go tank. They're going to fucking tank. That's what's going to happen. Which one do you think is going to get more viewership? The Patriots and the Eagles, or the Jaguars and Eagles? We already know. And honestly, I don't really want to see the Jaguars in the Super Bowl either, but this is straight up cheating, and it's such bullshit, and the referee problem needs to be fixed.